What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to bring you an NFL draft rumor pertaining to the Miami Dolphins and their potential interest in Xavier Worthy. Let's get into it, guys. So, the draft is a couple days away now. Today is Monday. The draft is what, 3 days away? Uh, Round one is Thursday. I'm excited for it. Took off work. Everything's ready. Might go live. We'll see, but I will give my live reactions probably once the first round is done. Now I'll go live and give my reactions to that, to all the picks, trades, stuff like that going on. But something caught my eye watching the rumor mill today, and it's been Xavier Worthy, Texas wide receiver. As we all know, the fastest man in NFL history as far as the 40-yard dash goes, ran a 4.21, and the rumor is right now that he's been looking at mostly by two teams, and that's the Chiefs and now the Miami Dolphins. Now the Dolphins, clearly they love speed, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and the rumor is that they draft Xavier Worthy with pick 21, and then they're gonna potentially move off of Tyreek Hill in a couple of years. He is I believe 30, 31, somewhere in that range, maybe even 32. So he's getting older. He's also said as well he doesn't want to stay playing for a super long time. So when this contract is over, we could be seeing the end of Tyreek Hill in the NFL. So I believe it does make sense as far as the rumor goes, but the actuality of it happened, of it being realistic, I don't see it. I really don't see it. The Dolphins, to me, have too many holes, too many needs. They lost a lot of their guys this offseason, especially in the trenches. Not Byron Murphy. What's his name? Christian Wilkins, Emmanuel Ogbah. They released him. Some linebackers. They lost Xavier Howard. They brought in Kendall Fuller, so that's good there. But still need some long-term depth at corner, long-term depth at safety. They brought in Jordan Pryor from the Bills, but he's only on a one-year deal. He's a veteran, been around for a long time now. We don't expect him to be more there past this season. Maybe one more year after this, if everything works out perfectly, and he might come back for one more season. But he's not a long-term answer at that safety spot there either. The O-line needs help, and I've been on record also saying I wouldn't mind seeing the Dolphins take a quarterback maybe in round 2. But looking at the Dolphins draft, their draft picks, they don't have the best draft picks. Round 1, round 2 pick, and then they don't have another pick until later on throughout the draft. So I did a video just a couple days ago, I think in the weekend, maybe Friday, early Saturday morning, I did a video about my Atlanta Falcons. And basically the video was saying, so it's a part 2 to a video. My first prediction video was Falcons getting laid out to Latu, right, with pick 8. Then I said, I'm a Falcons fan, I want us to get Kool-Aid McKinstry late mid in the first round. So I targeted a couple teams, but the main team I fell on was the Dolphins. They need picks to fill out their roster. The Falcons, we have a bunch of picks. 1 first, 1 second, 2 thirds, and a 4th. Something the Dolphins don't have. So I was willing to give up probably 1 second and then 1 or both of my thirds to go up back in the first round from the Falcons to get Kool-Aid McKinstry at pick 21. That jumps the Eagles at pick 22, and we'll get Kool-Aid McKinstry or even Nate Wiggins, someone like that, to help AJ Terrell and strengthen our pass rush and strengthen our DB room. So I've been a big proponent, even if the Dolphins, don't stay in the first round, or at least don't take Worthy. I've been a big proponent of them even trading back, getting more picks, because they do need more picks. They have holes everywhere. They didn't sign too many guys. The money was kind of tight, so they lost more guys than they brought back in. They need to fill out their roster a little bit more. I know they like Byron Murphy a lot. He's mocked there by a lot of people to go there at pick 21. He'll be a great Christian Wilkins replacement, but as I said, they need more. So I don't know if this actually happens, But it does make sense as far as the rumor goes and how the team operates and how the NFL works. You know, you don't want to hold on to Tyreek Hill for too much longer, especially if you're not winning. You know, you want to have a backup plan, move off of him, trade him maybe even in a year or two, and get something for him if it's not working out correctly. And also look at the off-field stuff. You know, Tyreek Hill's name throughout his whole career, even with the Chiefs, always been in the mix of some off-field stuff, some drama. You know, this season, I don't really talk too much about the personal stuff going on these players, but this offseason, you just Google. You know, you've seen stuff about him, the house, his wife, you know, other baby moms and baby mama drama. So stuff like that could always rear its ugly head and be a little too much for an organization to really keep going to bat for you, to keep looking out for you, to keep wanting to bring you back. So I could see them saying, okay, it's not a need right now, but it would make sense. So I'm not opposed to them doing it, but they do have more glaring needs, especially in the trenches on both sides of the ball. They need to get better in, and I don't think going after a speedster just because he's fast, really is the best option because you can trade back from round one, get more picks, stockpile more picks, and then you could also get someone, maybe not as fast as 4.21, but someone who gets the job done. Because I've always said as well, Worthy's cool, he's solid, but the 4.21 speed is not surprising. We all knew he's fast. He's super skinny, long and super skinny, and he's known for speed since high school. So I mean, he's a track guy as well when he was in high school. So the 4.21 is not surprising. I was more impressed personally by Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU. Bigger, stronger, taller, and ran, very good for his size. If he was the same size, I'm sure he would run the same, some similar to what Worthy. I don't really, not to diminish what Worthy did because a specialist is all time great, but I don't consider it crazy, So I still have him ranked as a second rounder, but the speed can boost him up to the first round. I would understand that. And also, going to the Chiefs at pick 32, that's basically a glorified second round pick, So anywhere, for me personally, anywhere from like 28 to 32, that's really a glorified second round pick. So same thing. You just get a fifth year option, which is the most important for some teams in some situations to get a fifth year on a guy. And Worthy can be nice. He has his flaws, which all players do, but to me, his hands aren't the best. He runs routes well. He'll give you inside routes. He's not that afraid to run across the middle. He'll give you those as well to run slants, to run middle of the field routes. But his hands aren't the stickiest. They don't clamp strong enough for me all the time. There are some drops there, but overall, he's a very solid prospect that, in any system, especially the Chiefs with Pat Mahomes, get him for a 5-year deal. And, it makes sense because, getting him for 5 years, or even pick him regardless, whether it be the first or second round pick, getting him on the Chiefs to me make more sense because they have receivers that hasn't panned out. Sky Moore has not panned out. I'm surprised there. I liked him a whole lot coming out of what did he come from? SMU or Boise State a couple years ago. He came from a school that's brown and yellow. I can't remember the school now, but yeah, not Boise State or yeah, whatever. But he came from somewhere that he was very good at. I thought he would be a shoe-in to be nice. He's not good, or hasn't shown to be consistent as of yet. Kadarius Toney, as you all know, he's a nutcase. He's seemed like AB Jr., very talented, but can't keep his head on right and be consistent in practice and behind the scenes to keep everything on the up and up. Also on the field he's dropping passes as well. So we saw that the first game of the season last year versus the Lions, and that triggered on to the rest of the season for him. So I think, especially with Hollywood Brown as well. Hollywood Brown on a 1-year deal. They cut MVS, so they do have more needs in the receiver room than people may think or want to admit, especially Chiefs fans. So I think Worthy makes more sense to go to the Chiefs than the Dolphins. But as I said, the Dolphins want to be fancy. They can, but trying to be a team that's legit, be a playoff team, really play for the future, you really have to get the trenches all together. And going a fancy route, going the flashy route, going the speed route, and Worthy might not be the answer, and probably isn't the answer long term for the Dolphins, who have holes at linebacker, safety, O line, and D line. So I think those need to be addressed first. And then, maybe on next draft or in free agency next year, they can squeeze in a speedster. You still have MVS. He's available as a free agent, if I'm not mistaken. So you have some stopgap options to make things work if you need to. But going a Xavier Worthy route might be tempting for the Dolphins, but I don't think it should be done. So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.